Happy day, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 4th through June 10th. I am Macy LaShawn Sledge, and I am grateful that you are here with me, receiving this offering, receiving what it is that your spirit may have for you this week. Whatever it is that you are needing to receive, I hope that you will take it and use it, integrate it, so that your life can see and experience the transformation that is available to you, because you deserve it in whatever way you are wanting or needing to experience transformation in your life, air signs. You deserve it, okay? If it's mental transformation, if you are needing to experience transformation mentally, you deserve it, okay? If you are needing to experience transformation emotionally, you deserve it. If you are needing to experience transformation physically in your body, you deserve it. And that transformation is available to you. In whatever way, air signs, you are needing to experience transformation, it's available to you. You deserve it. No matter what has occurred in your life, no matter what has been going on, no matter where you are right now, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, no matter what's going on within any aspect of your life, transformation is available to you, and you deserve it. And how you're going to get there, air signs, is through loving yourself deeper, okay? Whatever expectations you have for other people, turn those inward. In whatever ways you are expecting people to love you, turn those expectations inward, okay? It's time for you, air signs, to give to yourself, okay? Not selfishly, okay? Not selfishly, not not in a way where you're allowing bitterness and this begrudging energy to be what causes you to, I'm just focusing on me. No, through love, okay? The only way that things will transform for you is if you are giving to yourself through love, okay? Not because you're angry at others, not because you're frustrated at others, not because you're frustrated about life or at the world in general. Things will change because you're pouring love into yourself, okay? Because you're giving that to yourself. So let's get into it. Disruption is the oracle card that I've pulled for you. So air signs, immediately what I'm hearing Spirit ask you to move through this week, okay? If you're being intentional in the time that you spend with yourself, what I'm hearing Spirit ask you to move through, okay? What I'm hearing Spirit, what Spirit is showing me, what I'm hearing Spirit ask of you is for you to disrupt the mental and emotional stories that keep you in a perceived state of separation, okay? Because listen, this can go in so many different directions, so I may spend a little bit of time here, but let's start with this, okay? When we're talking about disruption, the first thing that I've said is that Spirit is asking you to, this week, to move through. Okay, what are you being asked to move through? And I said, Spirit is asking you to disrupt those mental and emotional stories that are keeping you in a state of separation, okay? So the first thing that I want to note there is that these mental and emotional stories, these narratives, okay, that you're allowing to disrupt your life, they're keeping you in separation from you, from yourself, okay? First and foremost, these false narratives, these old stories, these old narratives, air signs, they're keeping you in separation from you, okay? From the better parts of yourself, okay? And that's not to say that who you are being right now is bad or wrong, or it just, what that means is that the mental and emotional narratives are keeping you in separation from your evolved self, right? We are here to evolve. We're here to evolve. We're here to level up. We're here to expand. We're here to transcend. Okay? And when the patterns, when the narratives, when the stories, when we allow them to stay, when we stay in the loops, okay, and when we continue to allow those stories and narratives and patterns to control us, to keep us in a perceived state of separation, then we cannot experience our evolved self. Okay, we stay in the loops. We stay right here in the loops instead of evolving. Okay, and so Spirit is saying, in order for you to evolve, air signs, you have to be intentional about disrupting those narratives. Okay, you have to be intentional about disrupting those narratives. All right, it's definitely up to you, and it's your responsibility. Okay, if you are going to experience the transformation that you desire, it's your responsibility to disrupt those narratives. Nothing that is going on in your life, nothing that is unfolding in your life at this time is anyone's fault. It's not even yours. So if you are living in a state of blame, right, and you're blaming yourself and it's all your fault, yes, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to take responsibility for your actions. You have to take responsibility for who you've allowed yourself to be. But at the end of the day, you can't, that's just another story. That's just another loop. That's just another narrative that will keep you, that will block you from evolving. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are holding ourselves accountable, we're taking responsibility, but also we're pouring, because what did I say at the beginning? Transformation for you, air signs, is going to occur through you loving yourself deeper. So we want to make sure we're holding ourselves accountable while at the same time holding ourselves within unconditional love. Okay, so disruption. The other side of this is that the mental and emotional narratives are keeping you in a perceived state of separation from other people, and also from your heart's desires. Okay, if you have had a hard time, air signs, manifesting your heart's desires, is because these mental and emotional loops that you've been living in are keeping you separated, are keeping you within a perceived state of separation. Okay, you're not really separated from yourself. You're not separated from others. You're not even separated from your heart's desires. But these stories, these narratives, have you believing or living within this illusion that says you are living in separation from your heart's desires, from other people, from your evolved self. And that's just not true. Okay, so you want to begin, air signs, to really this week, in order for you to disrupt these stories and narratives, you really want to begin to be the witness and observer of your life, right? You don't want to give so much control to the stories, to the narratives, to the anger, to the bitterness, to the sadness, to the depression, to the anxiety. Instead, right, you don't want to over-identify with any of that. You don't want to over-identify with any of that, because in over-identifying with all of those feelings and emotions and experiences, you keep yourself in separation. Okay, you have to step outside of being the one who is identifying with the experience, and you have to be the one who is observing the experience. And as you're observing, how am I being asked to evolve through this? What am I being asked to transcend? What am I being asked to integrate? Okay, because it's always about you. And it's not always about you in a selfish way. It's always about your expansion, your process of evolution, your ability to transcend, okay? That's what it's always about. So if you have some shit going on, air signs, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, right? Whether the mental and emotional is beginning to express itself in the physical, whatever's going on for you, you have the ability to transcend and evolve and expand. And that's what it's always about, right? It's not about you being punished. It's not about things not going your way or you not being worthy or deserving, right? It's never about that. It's always about how is your spirit calling you to expand and evolve and transcend. That's what it's always about. It may be hard, it may be difficult, it may be uncomfortable, but know that it's not a coincidence. It's not happening for any other reason. It's happening for your good. It's happening for your good. Okay? It's happening for your good. Always. Always, always, always is it happening for your good. No matter what it is. Okay, and so that means you have to give yourself permission to shift your perspective. Whatever is going on in your life, if you're looking at it through a negative lens, it's time for you, and that doesn't mean you have to look at it through a positive lens, but it means you need to shift the lens that you're looking at it through. And you need to look at it through the lens of, this is happening. Through this experience, my spirit is asking me to evolve in this way. That's how you have to begin to look at it, because that's how you're going to transform. Okay? That's how you're going to transform. And that's so important for you to shift perspective, for you to begin to look at whatever it is you're going through the eyes of love, so that things can transform, so that you can shift, so that you can change in the way that you're being called to change. All right? The Magician. We have the Magician here. We have the Magician. Okay? Air signs. Listen, I love this so much. I really love this. I love this because the Magician coming through and me looking at this disruption card. Listen, through the Magician, Spirit wants, first of all, the Magician is a reminder that you have all the tools available to you. You have all the tools you need available to you to create a magnificent life for yourself. Okay, that's the general message with the Magician. The Magician is reminding you of who you are, right? And the Magician is reminding you that you are the Magician and you have the tricks up your sleeve to create for yourself a magnificent life. On the other side of it, okay, I don't even want to say on the other side of it, but also the Magician is reminding you that if you're going to disrupt those narratives that I was talking about, you disrupting, it's going to come through you. It's going to happen by way of you. Okay, so what was I saying also? What was I also saying? I was also saying that you're going to, if you're expecting other people to love you in a certain way, or if you're expecting other people to air signs, wow. It's coming through you. That's all. The Magician is reminding you that the disruption is happening through you, right? And you're seeing that. You're seeing that. Okay, you're experiencing that. It feels like you're experiencing a lot of disruption right now in your life. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, whether the mental and emotional disruption is manifesting itself in your physical world, you're experiencing some disruption right now. And the Magician is letting you know that in order for you to disrupt the disruption, you have to remember that it's happening through you. Stop looking to other people to do for you what you can do for yourself. Do we need people who can support us? Yes, absolutely, 100%. The issue is that oftentimes we look to other people to do it for us. We want other people to do the work for us that we should be doing for ourselves. We want other people to love us deeper than we're willing to love ourselves. So air signs, the magician is saying to you, listen, you are the one who's going to disrupt the disruption. I don't know how else to say it. Okay? You have the tools that you need. The love that you are looking for, it's going to come through you. The mental and emotional support that you're looking for, it's going to come from you. You have to rise up within yourself and give that to yourself. All right? Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins. Okay? This is such a beautiful, listen, air signs. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I keep pausing and just kind of taking a breath because this is so beautiful. Listen, 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 Linda, listen. Okay, air signs, listen. We have the Eight of Coins, and the Eight of Coins is coming through, speaking to what's available to you. Okay, and the fact that we have the Magician first and then we have the Eight of Coins is absolutely beautiful. And it's not a coincidence, because the Magician is reminding you that you're the one responsible for disrupting the disruption. Okay, and then you have the Eight of Coins following the Magician, and the bringing those two together. What we have with the Eight of Coins is this message of what wants to be built through you, of what, if you take responsibility for disrupting the disruption, if you take responsibility for loving yourself deeper, this is what will follow. That you build a solid foundation for yourself, air signs. You will end up building a solid foundation for yourself. But Spirit really wants you to know and hear, and wants to remind you that this happens from the inside out. You want the solid relationship, you want the nice home, you want the great business, you want the travels and the great experiences. Listen, all of that comes as a reflection of your inner, as reflects your inner world. Okay, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Okay, so the Eight of Coins is like, listen, you have the ability to build a solid foundation for yourself, but are you going to? Okay, you want that security, but you're not willing. But okay, not even you're not willing. Are you willing to disrupt the disruption? Are you willing to be that one in your life who does that for you? Are you willing to be the one that the disruption comes through? Okay? You're experiencing disruption on a negative level. I don't want to use that word, but that's in order to convey the message, negative is what we have to go with. You're experiencing the disruption on a negative level. But we want to shift to you experiencing disruption because you're stepping up within yourself and you're saying, no more. I'm done with this mental and emotional disruption that's causing chaos within me, that's causing chaos in my physical world. I'm done with that. I'm cutting it off. I'm going to do what I need to do, Magician. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I have the ability to do to disrupt it. 10 of Wands. What are we disrupting? What have you entangled yourself in? What are you caught up in, air signs? What stories, what narratives, what belief systems, what old patterns are you caught up in right now? That's what you're disrupting. Okay, that's what you're disrupting. 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is also letting you know, okay, 10 of Wands is also letting you know that, listen, it is coming to an end. It is coming to an end. You are on the verge of a new beginning, but you have to shift your perspective. You have to shift your perspective. You have to shift your attention inward, back towards yourself. Okay, because then we have the 10 of Wands. So what we're dealing with the 10 of Wands, we're dealing with How are you exerting your energy? How are you exerting your energy? Because you can't focus on disrupting the disruption if you're exerting your energy in disempowering ways. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to even move through bitterness. It's okay to feel sad, depressed, anxious, whatever. But here, air signs, through the Ten of Wands, right now, the Ten of Wands is saying you're exerting your energy in a way that has you so caught up and so far removed from yourself, from being present for you, for yourself. And that's why there's so much disruption and chaos. But know that the disruption and the chaos is serving a purpose. But are you willing to tune into that? Are you willing to see it as that? That's that. That's what you're being asked. Okay, so air signs, you have quite a bit going on this week. You have quite a bit going on this week. And what is needed for what you need is to remove yourself. Okay, to remove yourself, to take a step back, to just remove yourself from whatever distractions, okay, you have going on in the external world. Take a step back, remove yourself from them, slow down for just a second so that you can identify what you're caught up in, what you've been entangled in on a mental and emotional level that has you caught up in different things in the external world as well, that's causing disruption in your physical world, right? That's creating chaos in your external world because it's coming to a head. It's coming to a head, and it's coming to a head. And you want the transformation, and you deserve it, and you're worthy of it. And I want to say there's not a whole lot that you have to do. It's not even really about action. It's about intention. It's about going within and setting a new intention for yourself mentally and emotionally. How do you want to feel within your body? How do you want to feel? Setting the intention for yourself to feel something new, something different. Okay? And remembering that you have the ability to disrupt the disruption. It just requires you to exert your willpower in a different way. Okay? Gemini, your clarifying card is the King of Wands. King of Wands. King of Wands. So yeah, with you, Gemini, you're definitely, Spirit is definitely, see, listen, the disruption for you is really mentally, Gemini. You're needing to disrupt this mental chatter that has you living in opposition to yourself. Okay, so this mental chatter is really disrupting your confidence. It's really disrupting your ability to believe in yourself and who you are. Okay, so the King of Wands is asking you, Gemini, to begin to nurture your confidence, to reconnect with the confident version of yourself, and to nurture that, to feed your confidence, to feed your belief in yourself, okay? So that you can take the steps that you need to take, so that you can make the moves that you're being called to make, okay? Yeah, for you, Gemini, it's all about nurturing. It's all about nurturing your confidence. It's all about nurturing your willpower, okay? And you know how I was saying that you're exerting that energy in a way that has you so caught up. And for you, what you're caught up in is you're caught up, Gemini, in disbelief. Like, you're not believing in yourself. And so the King of Wands is reminding you of who you are. Number one, you're a leader. Okay, so going back to the Magician, you're a leader, Gemini. You have the ability to lead yourself up out of this dark space that you may find yourself in often. Okay, so the King of Wands is reminding you that you have the ability to lead yourself up out of this space, but it requires you to do some nurturing. Okay, it requires you to change your self-talk, to work with affirmations, to speak to yourself differently. All right, Aquarius, your clarifying card is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, Aquarius. Okay, Ten of Swords, Aquarius. I'm feeling like it's like, okay, lots of phrases coming in there. Thank you for that. Okay, we're going to go with this one first. The phrase, I'm at my wit's end, came through. Okay, so if you've been feeling like you're in that space, Aquarius, like you're at your wit's end, Spirit is saying, perfect. That's the perfect place for you to be. Okay, that's the perfect place for you to be, because that's where you can surrender. When you are right there in that space, that's fertile ground. That's you, that's Spirit giving you access to fertile ground. That's Spirit calling you into a place of surrender. Okay, that's you. Spirit is saying, listen, Spirit is saying, that's you. You're the seed. You're the seed, Aquarius. Okay, so seeing yourself as the seed and saying, I'm at my wit's end. I'm just gonna surrender and plant myself right here. Spirit is saying that's such a good thing, right? Spirit is saying you're not seeing you be at your wit's end as a good thing. You're seeing it as a bad thing. And Spirit wants you to shift your perspective and begin to see it. Because what this means is that you're coming into a space. Spirit is bringing you into a space to where you are getting ready to see, Aquarius, that, yeah, it's out of your control. It's out of your control. And if you really want to experience transformation and expansion in big ways, in beautiful, magnificent, miraculous ways, you have to surrender control. You have to surrender control. You have to surrender control. Or you have to let go. You have to let go. Aquarius, you are a sign who wants to figure it out. You want to create all the solutions. You want to be in charge. You know, your mind is always thinking of ways that it can be different, better. But Spirit is saying, I'm being reminded of that verse in the Bible that says, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. Okay. And Spirit really wants you to lean into that. Okay, Spirit is asking you to surrender your ways so that the way can be revealed to you and so that you can be used as a vessel in the way being manifesting itself in our world, right? In your life and in the world. So surrender your way, okay, Aquarius, surrender your way, because the moment you do, the answers will come through and you'll be shocked. You'll be like, oh, well, I didn't think of that. Exactly. Because once you surrender, you create that you create this emptiness. You create this emptiness. And then things begin to flow in, solutions, answers begin to flow in. All right. So surrender, empty yourself. Your ways are not Spirit's ways. And but you are a vessel, Aquarius, and Spirit wants to use you as such. And if you can get out of the way, beautiful things will unfold for you. Libra, Queen of Coins is your clarifying card. Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins, she is mother. She is mother. She is divine mother. She is the ultimate supporter. She is the ultimate supporter. She is the ultimate nurturer. She is the ultimate friend. She brings comfort into our lives, okay? The Queen of Coins. So what I'm hearing for you, Libra, is that you need to be that unto yourself. Okay? You need to be that unto yourself. Libra, you may feel, you may experience in your life, you have at some point, you are now, you may be now, but at some point, whether it's now or in the past, you have experienced a sort of disconnect from a maternal figure in your life, okay? And this has caused some issues for you, okay? And so the Queen of Coins is inviting you to mother yourself, Libra, okay? Not in the way that you wanted to be mothered, or that you feel like you should have been mothered. Oh, my mom should have done this and this and this. Not in that way, okay? Because that's where we get caught up. We get caught up because we think that our parents, our mothers, our fathers should have been doing this, should have shown up in this way. And that's where we can begin to overcompensate within our relationships. That's where we can begin to overcompensate within our own lives. If you're a parent, that's when you can begin to compensate whenever it comes to your relationship with your children, is because you want to do things how you think your parents should have done things and they didn't. Okay? But that's not serving you. That's not serving you. Doing it in that way is not serving you. So the Queen of Coins is inviting you to really tune in emotionally. There we go. Spirit is speaking. That light cut off. So Spirit is really inviting you, Libra, into a space of, listen, again, just into this space of solitude, stepping into your garden, your inner garden, okay? We have the Queen of Coins, and she's standing in this lush green area, okay? So you're being invited to step into your inner garden, Libra, to ask yourself, what do I really need? How do I need to be nurtured? In what ways am I needing to be comforted? And then give that to yourself. Because the sense of, okay, whenever it comes to security, you're living with a totally false sense of security right now, Libra. And you've created that yourself. And it's being disrupted. It's being disrupted, okay? You're beginning to feel not so secure. And so Spirit wants you to find new ways to create security from the inside out, okay? So this was, wow. I love y'all, air signs. I really do. You know, I'm a Sagittarius, and I have special bonds with Geminis for sure. I have special bonds with Libras. I think, I don't know, it's just something about fire signs and air signs. And I love a lot of air signs. I'm connected to a lot of air signs, and I love you all very much. And this was absolutely beautiful, and I feel honored to have been the vessel for this to pour through. And I really am just like, every air sign who watches this, I'm sending you so much love, and I'm praying for you. And listen, transformation is afoot, and you have access to it, and you're the one creating it and orchestrating it on your behalf. So don't be afraid, air signs, to step up to yourself, okay? Because it's nobody outside of you. It's nobody outside of you who is causing the disruption and the chaos. It's you, right? And it's not because you're doing any particular thing. It's because of these loops, these mental and emotional loops that you've been living in for such a long time. And Spirit is inviting you to step outside the loops, okay? And so this week, if you do nothing else, air signs, just accept that invitation. Start there. Just start with accepting the invitation to step outside of those loops so that you can be new, so that you can evolve, expand, transform, and transcend. Okay, I love you all very much. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. You have the ability to book appointments one-on-one with me or group sessions by going to the link in the description. And you also have the ability to support the work by sending over a donation if you feel called, if you feel led, everything. Any way that you support me, that you support the work that I'm doing is very much appreciated. And so, again, thank you so much for being here. This was a pleasure. Like, I really enjoyed watching this pour through me. And so, if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.